Chers auditeurs,
Dear listeners,
bonjour.
welcome to Comme d'Archi Podcast Season 7.
Saison 7, dans le monde fascinant des architectes.
And in the architectural projects.
Je suis Anne-Charlotte Deponte, passionnée d'architecture et docteur des universités en histoire de l'archi.
I am one of the spokespersons of Anne-Charlotte, who is a PhD in architecture history.
Merci
Thank you
d'être avec moi aujourd'hui.
to be with us today.
Et
And
maintenant,
now,
lundi en français, place au talent.
and Wednesday, let's talk projects. In English, of course.
Bienvenue dans Comme d'Archi.
Hello, everyone. Happy to have you back today for a new spot format. Facing the climate, back from the Grand Palais, Paris, France, International Wood Construction Forum 2026. There was under the glass roof of the Grand Palais a scent of resin stimulated by the winter light, a soft, almost sweet scent of fresh sowing. From the 25th of February to 27th, 2026, the International Wood Construction Forum held its 15th edition. Theme: Facing the Climate, a fitting phrase. At a time of unusual flooding on our Atlantic coast. Last year, we wondered what the organizers would find relevant for 2026. They delivered 3 days. More than 600 speakers, 260 conferences, 40 workshops, an entire sector brought together: foresters, industrialists, engineers, architects, communities, students. But beyond the numbers, a question lingered. For several years, wood has established itself as a strategic material for the ecological transition. Low carbon, renewable, storing, compatible with off-site construction, it meets the objectives to 2050 neutrality, to re-2020, and already to its evolutions. Because the forum is not just a trade show, it is also a place for alignment. They talk about carbon thresholds, LCA calculations, life cycle analysis, of bonus-malus systems of taxation adapted to eco-materials, of the Green Fund, of the ERP rules under discussion. Buildings open to the public. We talk about amendments, advocacy, and collective structuring. Elected officials are present, institutional representatives as well. The wood industry is no longer just showing, it is seeking to influence. And if the political landscape were to change in the near future, it will have to take into account these redefinitions driven by low carbon sectors. The environmental issue now largely structures public opinion. Not taking it into account would mean weakening oneself. Yet, a criticism emerges. Where is the architectural poetry in the forum? Does wood still summon the builder's imagination? Or is it becoming just another material, absorbed by ratios, standards, formal repetitiveness? The question exists, it is circulating, and at the forum, architecture is everywhere. In the gallery of 21st century wood and bio-based architecture, 124 agencies are exhibiting their projects. Rehabilitation, schools, housing, public facilities, plans, models, assemblies. It is not a biennial of iconic images. It is not a festival of gestures. it is something else. Under the nave, the scenography structures the space. Modular stands, villages, schools, demonstrators. And at the back of the paddock, the Douglas fir bouquets. 3 slender structures, upright rafters, light fixtures. At night they light up. The scales are reversed. Canopy or cathedral? They don't seek effect, they soothe, they elevate. Further on, the quadrilogue. 4 10-meter pillars, a central oculus, a frame assembled using an ancient technique. The wood is sanded, the grain appears, the material lives under the light. Nothing flashy, it is all structure. The conferences talk about rehabilitation rather than demolition. Of off-site fire regulations and passive design. The auditorium panel displays the diversity of wood panels, a structure that becomes a display. The students' locker room is removable and reusable. The experimental pavilions explore curved geometry and digital prefiguration. Everywhere the same logic. Reduce. Dry assemble. Dismantle. Pass on. It is concrete. Very concrete. Leaving the Grand Palais, after a chat with a lifestyle journalist, I pondered this question. And something stood out. No spectacular gesture, no iconic image, an atmosphere. A resilient ambience. Wood absorbs sound, softens the light, slows your steps. It envelops, it supports. In this immense metallic volume, it recreates a human scale, a breathing space. The ratios existed, the carbon thresholds too. But it didn't devour the art of building. Under the Douglas bouquets, and further under the quadrilogue's oculus, in these 2 distinct filtered lights. One could perceive a sector trying to hold together structure and sensibility, regulatory rigor and living material. At the quadrilogue, the structure was developed with design firms that worked on the reconstruction of Notre Dame. Was the forest of Notre Dame spectacular in its use? Number. It was structure, presence, not visible. At Forum 2026, the wood was not spectacular. It was present, and presence is perhaps the essence of building. Dear listeners, thank you for listening. See you next week for new adventures. Until then, take care. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to tune in to our previous content on Instagram at Comme d'Archi Podcast. If you like it, make sure to promote the podcast by giving it 5 stars on Apple Podcast and adding a comment, or on any of your favorite podcast platforms. And don't forget to subscribe and listen to all of our episodes for free. See you soon, and until then, take care of yourself.